In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the embroidered leaves on this design. The solid leaves are the ones we're talking about from this design. They're actually really easy to make and look very realistic. So you don't need any fancy equipment. This channel is dedicated to crafting on a budget. So all you really need is your fabric and your embroidery thread. I'm Christine of Christine's Crafts. The first thing I'm going to show you is the best way to get a great effect with all your embroidery, and that's to use an embroidery hoop. If you haven't got one, don't worry. In this video, I won't be using one, but it is recommended to get beautiful stitches that lie perfectly flat. So if you've got one, you just need to twist the screw at the top and pop the inner circle out. Place your fabric over the inner circle and then push the outer circle over. And that'll just hold your fabric. Fasten up the screw. And then before you get it too tight, I recommend pulling the fabric so that it pulls tight. You're aiming for a nice tight effect, a bit like a drum, so that it just lies nice and flat for your stitches. And then you can carry on and do all your stitches and whatever you want to do, and then take it out at the end. But as I say, don't worry if you haven't got one. So you need to take wherever you want to put your leaves. Now I've got a flower here, and if you want to know how to make one of those, you can simply click on the card at the top or look in the description below. Just draw your leaves wherever you want them to go. Now I'm using a pencil, so hopefully you can see, but draw the leaf shape and draw a spine up the middle. You're going to use that line up the middle to work from, so it is important. And draw as many leaves as you want. And once you're happy with it, get your thread it up on your needle and come up through your fabric, probably about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch from the tip of the leaf, making sure you've got a knot on the other end, and then take it back in right at the point of your leaf. And that's it, you've started to form the spine. Now bring your needle back up just to one side of where you brought it up before. And whichever side you bring it up, you are then going to place the needle back in on the opposite side of that first stitch at the other end, working your way down that pencil line. So you'll now have a stitch that overlaps the other one and lies there. Now you're going to come up on the opposite side of that first stitch, nice and close, but still on the side of it. And then take your needle back down on the other side of that first stitch. Again, sticking to the pencil line you drew. That's the basis of what we're going to do, but we're going to work our way down that spine as we go. So now you're going to go back to the first side that you worked from, and you're going to go slightly further down the spine. So pop out slightly further down underneath where you did before. And then remember, you're crossing over the spine and take it in. So then we're going to do the same again. We're working our way down the spine. We're going back to the other side. Pop the needle through. You can see I'm taking my time and I'm taking care to make sure the stitches are nice and close together. And that will happen to you. Sometimes it'll just pull, just loosen it off again and then be careful to pull it. All the time, if you're not on a hoop, make sure you're not pulling your stitches too tight. And there we go, we've crossed over again. So make sure you're constantly working down your pencil line so you get exactly the shape of leaf that you want. And you should see it starting to form a leaf shape. Keep working down that spine and keep alternating sides and making sure you always cross while you're above the fabric. Now I've sped the film up a little bit here Keep working slowly, keep working steadily, but I just wanted to show you the whole process so you can see I'm just working doing exactly the same thing over and over again. And you can see that leaf shape appearing. The closer you keep your stitches, the more solid the effect. If you spread your stitches out a bit, you'll be able to see some fabric between them and they'll look like veins on the leaf. What effect you want is up to you, but in this tutorial I'm showing you doing them very close together. And then you could just stop when you're ready because you've got a leaf shape. But if, like me, you're going up to something, you're going up to a flower, just keep working until you're right up to that flower. And I recommend that you actually go so that you go slightly underneath it. So there's no fabric showing at all between the flower and the leaf. It'll just mean that you get a really good finish. Once you've finished, get your thread onto the back, turn over, take your thread through a couple of your stitches and take your needle through the loop that you formed. And just repeat that just to be sure, and then it's all nice and secure. And then you can cut your thread off and you're finished with your leaf. So you can use these for lots of projects. You can make beautiful pictures and pieces of tapestry work. Or how about using them for clothing? You'll see here that what I've done is put them on the pocket of a shirt. You can put them on jeans. You can embroider wherever you like. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And remember, this is one in a series of videos, so please check them out below.